Hit it. Welcome. Hey, who'd you talk to? What's going on? It is me, Mike Lepre. Why do I always slam the desk? King Mike L. This is legit paranormal clips brought to you by legit podcast.com. It's a lot of legit that I have to do. It is March 16th, 2023, 03162023. That's really easy for us math geeks because there's threes in there. Joining me as always from Block Island. It's Block Island, Rick. Ghost Rick. What's up, Rick?
What up, Mike? How you doing, brother?
I'm doing good, dude. I'm sitting on a throne, you know.
Things could be worse.
Yeah, it could be. Could be different throne. Could be stuck on that. So how are things on Block Island?
Good. Club Soda just opened up, so we're rocking and rolling over there now. Things are, getting work done at the Ghost Shop, and looking forward to the spring and summer,
Yeah. Summertime. When it comes to summer, I think, buddy, money, Thayer. What's up, buddy?
Hey, good evening, guys. How we doing tonight? Just taking a little pergander out there in the backyard. The mountains are looking like the snow's starting to melt on the peaks, and the loons are like starting to slowly taper back into the scenery. I'm very, very excited for another beautiful spring, summer, and fall here in gorgeous Smithfield, Rhode Island.
Did you say
speaking of the environment and water, I'm drinking God's beer, Poland Spring. It's very delicious. It's clear. It's non-alcoholic, and it will keep my liver clean. So, cheers, gentlemen.
Hey, Chin Don. I didn't know we were drinking.
Oh God.
So, buddy, we're going to be looking at some clips, right?
We have a few
some here to show some
clippages from a young man. Usually we go to somebody like in Kentucky or Tennessee or Georgia, but this guy is right from our own backyards. I used to work in Bridgewater. He's from the Bridgewater Triangle area, the Bridgewater Triangle Paranormal Society.
No. The official name is the Bridgewater Triangle Paranormal Investigators.
Oh, thank you, Mike. You saved me yet again.
You're welcome. Two things.
I love local paranormal groups.
How do you know he's young? How do you know he's young? Just his age? Did you
I'm
ID
looking
him?
at his face right now, Mike, and he looks like he's in the green room, and he looks like he might be like within our age group, at least within my age group.
Within your age group. That's what I was going to say.
Maybe not yours, but within ours.
All right. You want to do the introductions?
Joining us from the lovely Bridgewater Triangle region, another paranormal investigator. Please welcome to the show, Harry Green Jr. Welcome, Harry.
Thank you.
Harry.
What up, Harry?
By the way, I'm 41. I just had a birthday.
He's younger than I am, Mike. And he's way younger than you are, dude.
He's a pup.
He's not even 10 years younger than me. He's not.
Well, whatever.
He's not even 9.
He's in the same range, Mike. He's in the same range.
Come on, buddy. Respect your elders.
Yeah. You got no manners, kid.
None.
I'm sorry. Boy. Green's the last name. That's what got me all stuck up. I'm sorry. What's your first name again? Tim.
Harry.
I'm all over the place. I'm trying to write notes. Harry Green. That's a great name.
Yep.
That really is a great name. Growing up, that must have been so much easier than my last name. Harry, first clip I want to show is the USS Salem, the one that I have pulled up. I know that there's the shadow figure at the 48-minute mark.
Yes.
But I'm going to start it at the 43, 44-minute mark because I just really enjoy hearing. Is that you talking?
Yes.
He's got a little.
Before we roll into the clip, can I just a quick question? What part of the ship? Because we've been on the ship. What part of the ship does this take place?
That was above deck. One of my younger investigators was just filming the ship as we were getting ready to investigate it, and he just captured it on his camera phone.
Awesome.
All right, wait a minute. What do you mean younger investigators? What's the deal with trying to make me and Rick feel old? Why do you say that? Why did you have to bring that up? Younger investigators?
Yeah, younger to me. Yeah, the kid was 19 at the time.
Much younger than you, Mike.
It was my kid's age. Let's see. The ones that I know of. So, all right, let's go and get into this one. Rick, you're going to like this. He's got a little shtick to him. He's like filling back with like a Chucky doll. I'm very enjoying this. Watch.
Let's do it.
It's a nice ship you guys worked on, but your services are over now. You can move on. So we learned that third-class Mulat was injured after a cannon exploded, and his best friend Frank came aboard the USS Salem to watch over him. And in that same rack where Frank was watching over Mulat, that cat ball was lighting up and the REM pod went off.
Where that cat ball is going crazy right now is the rack where he's supposed to be watching over him. Is he there in the rack, Frank?
Now, we were able to capture an EVP. Right when Lewis went to pick up the cat ball off one of the racks, you can hear someone saying, "Get off." So to me, I believe that it's an earthquake patient that passed away who sees Lewis in his personal space. And that EMF meter and REM pod went off several times in the medical room. And it was said that there's another...
What did you want to say?
I was just saying it was best heard with headphones versus just...
I heard the off. I definitely heard it with my ears.
That kind of stuff is stuff we have to go listen back to or listen to again. But I'm enjoying the whole thing. The color scheme that you have going on behind you, right? My wife would never allow. She never allow it, dude. I would start filming with that color scheme. She'd come and she's like, "Oh!" And everything would be white. The wall would be white.
Yeah.
Here we go. All right. Back. Enough of my problems. Let's get back to here we go.
The entity aboard the ship that's in that room that's stopping Officer Mulat from speaking.
Frank, you still here? Is someone else in here besides you two? Is Skip the person who's stopping Officer Mulat from communicating with us?
That's awesome.
Really?
What's interesting is we experienced a lot of the same paranormal happenings that many other...
No, let's start with this. First of all, let's explain what a cat ball is. But hey, I like this. I like this setup, but we'll switch.
You'll know the cat ball, Mike, as soon as he says it.
No, but I speak for the dumb.
Right, I should remember that.
What it is, and we want to know it because we just can't keep watching and go, "Oh yeah, it's beeping." What does it mean to us? Please, if you could.
Basically, a cat ball is kind of, to me, like a REM pod, pretty much, just a smaller version. Okay. It doesn't, produce the EMFs. It's sensitive to vibration.
So how does it work exactly? You put it down, right?
Yep.
And it's supposed to sense or beep when something is around it?
Yeah, basically from vibration. If it senses something is touching it, it's going to light up. All right. I never seen one that beeped, though.
It's a cat toy, Mike.
Yeah.
So if you touch it, the lights will go off. And that's the whole purpose of it. So if the lights are going off, that means something touched it. And that's the coolest part about the cat toy.
Rick, have you ever heard of the cat toy? Cat ball, cat something?
I've seen them before. Yeah, they're pretty cool.
All right.
We
So-
we personally don't use them, but other groups have.
So you're saying cat balls aren't for you?
No.
Let's go with this.
Have witnessed as well. In this article, it explains that the chairs have been pulled out and tossed across the room on occasion. Loud, unexplained banging sounds have been heard, which could be similar to the knocks that we heard. The printer at the ship's museum, Peter Blumberg, explained a mysterious figure appeared before him down one of the ship's dark hallways. And
Mike,
we
we're not
also
seeing the video.
heard what sounded like a
Oh, you're not seeing it?
No, it's a little box on the bottom, Mike. We got to
Oh,
make
my
it big.
bad. Why don't you tell me that when I started? Why would you wait that long? Why would
We thought you knew what you were doing. I don't know.
if I knew what I was doing, I'm watching the video.
What is that? Was that you? Did you just laugh? No, it sounded like.
Oh my God.
Was it one of the wheels moving? It sounded like a chair or something. It did. It sounded like a chair pulling out.
And Dominic captured several of these knocking sounds.
Can we get knock? If you're here?
Heard it? That was just now?
Yeah.
It was in the background. Holy shit.
And knock.
And as far as Peter Blumberg's experience, it was said on another article that a ghostly tour operator named John is still giving tours from the afterlife. And I'm not really sure where they came up with the pieces to this conclusion, but I'm seeing another person right next to me in Seneca with a light. Then all of a sudden, this mysterious figure vanished. So who knows? It may not just be a myth after all. A tour guide on a dark ship would be carrying a flashlight.
Bro, that sounds right here with a flashlight. That's why I stopped talking for a little
Well,
bit.
you just saw someone right there?
Yes, I stopped talking.
What do they look like?
That was like a regular human. Like,
Did you see them like wearing clothes?
nah, like I just took a glance and I see like a flashlight.
Was that or something?
It was like you. It was like in front of you. Like it was dead in front of you. Like as soon as I walked right here, I seen it and just walked away. I thought I got closer, it was completely gone.
And all three of us really got our own experience on the USS Salem. We all heard what sounded like paper crackling.
What's that?
Bro, like heard crackling.
Crackling?
Yeah, you know papers getting. You know papers get. You know papers again.
Yeah.
They toss like that.
Yeah, yeah.
That's what I heard. Like right here. He's walking up to us.
Yeah.
That's not some vibration.
What the hell was that? The crackling that you heard.
Yeah, he's walking up to us.
What was that?
He's going this way. I heard over here.
Wait. Chief, is that you, Chief? It's coming from over there. Chief.
And both Seneca and Dominic heard that lock wheel turning on the door hatch.
Yeah?
Yeah.
So you have a hand over there. Yeah, it's like that. Try to open
Now, in the wardroom, me and Dominic thought we saw a shadow. Then all of a sudden it got really cold. But we may have actually just seen this figure. Dominic managed to capture with his camera phone a black shadow running above deck. And the shadowy figure disappears into the ship's walls. He didn't even know that he captured this until the footage was reviewed. And honestly, our jaws dropped when we saw this. I'm going to go ahead and play it for you. So in this room, me and Dominic could have sworn we saw a shadow. And all of a sudden, we felt a cold spot over here.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, you can definitely see it.
Yeah, definitely.
So
That's
even
cool.
though the USS Salem had never went to combat, then why is it so haunted? Well, I know it's been said that because of the ship's high electromagnetic field, that's having effects on the human brain causing hallucinations. But honestly, that doesn't explain all the evidence that's been recorded. You have to consider the many tragic deaths aboard. So this negative energy stained itself throughout the ship. The earthquake victims died abruptly in life, so to them they probably feel they have unfinished business left. And as far as the ship's crew that still wanders, well, it's like what Don explained. These guys came from nothing, joined the Navy, and the ship's crew was really all that they had. And when they left the service, they went back to nothing. So to them, they're right back where they were happy. So the ship will always be their home.
All right. Before I do not to play that again, I'm going to do it right now. Right here.
Sworn we saw a shadow,
Let's watch this shadow
And I'll-
figure again.
and all of a sudden we felt a cold spot over here.
No one else is on the ship.
No.
Nobody's walking against the light.
Wow. Yeah. No, you can't see
So
anybody.
even though
there.
the USS Salem had
All right. Now let us extrapolate upon what we just watched.
Extrapolate.
I'm going to start off first. Love the hat. Love the hands. But my favorite is the turn to the left. You turn to your left when you're ready to deliver perfect. You have perfect transitions on your videos. Buddy, could you please learn how to do that?
I need to work on it. I need to go to film school.
Sounds like he's telling a story to somebody, legitimately, and it's just flowing, and it's like, am I watching him or is he talking to me? Like, you didn't get that? He's turning to his left, he's talking to me. I'm like, oh, fantastically done. I'll say that, Harry.
Oh, thank you.
Video and it's really well done. Now, about the USS Salem. Rick, you have not been on board the USS Salem, correct?
Have not.
Rick, we gotta go, dude. It's a great place.
Love to.
I have been on twice.
Yeah, the first time was definitely better than the second time. But
So let's compare a couple of things with you guys. So, buddy, what did you guys bring in for equipment?
we had the REM pod like he had. I believe they also had that set up in the hospital. You and I didn't, and Joey Paranormal didn't investigate with that. I had a K2 meter. I had my recorder is my.
You don't need to show us.
On every investigation, Sony recorder, it picks up so much stuff that over the years I'm blessed by this alone.
Flip phone.
The cameras, video cameras, with higher end mics and stuff, and I don't know, just like a bevy of stuff. Honestly, it was more. I got more feelings that night than I did. Like my own senses really went off that night than I got with like gadgets and shit.
Here's what we learned. I don't know, Harry, if you felt this, but the Chief's quarters has a different. Like the minute you walk in, the air is different. It's different. The room is different. Whether it's good, bad, or indifferent, which is kind of weird. I just said that. It's still just a different feeling. What did you guys think about when you were close to the Chief's quarters?
We didn't really feel anything different because Don was explaining that there's a liar aboard entity that likes to lie during EVPs.
Yeah, it's he believes it's a elemental, which is even scarier than if it was the Chief in my book. You don't want an elemental. Rick, sounds like Dungeons and Dragons, but that's how it goes. Sorry, so you didn't feel differently in the Chief's quarters. That was like the main place that I felt it. The second was the engine room, buddy, or the anchor room.
Yeah, the anchorless room. Yeah, the anchor would drop down.
We kept hearing the little girl's voice.
Right, and then asking for knocking sounds, and you would get knocking sounds inside that room. They were very distinct and clear, but there was nobody standing in there. And then I left the recorder there and continued to get voices when there was nobody remotely near that end of the ship. So
Harry,
cool.
that scared me when we were there wasn't the knocks, because knocks, I guess they can be explained as anything, or they could really be what they are. You know what I mean? But like when you hear a little girl's voice, should not be on that ship. So that's where it got weird, right? So that's where this all kind of started for me. Like, because we did that thing a long time ago. We've been doing the show for I don't know how long.
I have my notes here. I have to think
way back we did that, and it was my wife who heard the little girl's voice, clear as day. And my wife's not gonna lie about anything like that. She didn't know she's just on a ship, But that hearing the kid's voice, that's what made me think of elemental at that moment. Because, buddy, here we go back into it again. I don't believe when you hear a child's voice that it's actually a child. I'm one of those guys who thinks children and dogs go to heaven. So I always worry about is that it's not a child in the first place, and secondly, what child is going to be on the at USS Salem. Now, I know that what was stories about where they picked up like people that were stranded or whatnot, people from war. I get that. I still don't see a little kid staying on that ship.
Well, there was a bunch of earthquake victims though from the Ionian Islands, so she could be a victim.
But why would she stay on the ship? You know what I'm trying to say? Like, I just think that when you hear something that's so innocent sounding, right? Especially on the USS Salem, it's not innocent. Rick, what do you think about that?
I don't know. Kids ghosts. I mean, it could be just a reflection, you know, as opposed to just to an intelligent spirit. You know, a lot of times we get those where it's just, you know, just looking back at basically a reflection of old smoke.
We didn't see it. We heard it. You know what I mean? If we saw it, I would have freaked, dude. I would have jumped overboard if I saw a little girl sitting in the middle of USS Salem. That ain't cool. You know what the hell? But you're looking through notes, aren't you?
I do have notes. Yeah, one of my best EVPs for that, and I can remember it.
Harry,
we're in the Chiefs room, and you were in the corner with your wife and Joe, and I was sitting on one of the little stools. And they're all like machine stools. They line that one countertop area, and I had my recorder sitting on my lap, and you guys were in the corner asking. You thought the chief was in that corner.
I walked into this
dark corner, and I said, "Is the chief in that corner?" And I'm like, "Where is the chief in this room?" And there's a voice that says, "I don't know if you guys didn't see that notes in there." It says, it was a creepy whisper that says, "Beside you." And it was clear as day, and like I can remember it. It's one of those things that you can't excuse. It's like beside you, like right in the microphone. It's like Jesus Christ, man. Thank you for that spirit. But
Harry, he's never let me hear any of this stuff, so I don't even know that it exists. I'm being dead honest. It's been 2 years. I went in there. I was game for it. I didn't care where I walked. He filmed it, recorded it all. He got it written down in a notebook. He's crazy. You think he's shown it to me, the wife, once? No. Now, what were you going to say before he started talking?
Oh, about the little girl. Is it possible maybe her parents died on the ship and she's stranded there looking for her parents, maybe?
All right. Then that takes me to my next part. If there are really kid spirits that are stuck and they don't understand that they need to go on, then everybody that claims to have the ability to pass people over should be in the Sweet Pickles bus, traveling around the country, shaking up the children's hospital, sending every kid home.
Yeah.
Can't think of a better purpose. So that's my whole point with that. Like, if you have people that can do this, and then you're going to say that it is this, well, hey, it's like peanut butter and jelly. Let's get this done. But, all right, so the chief, there's the child's voice. There's also the elemental that he was talking about. Now, what you saw, though, the shadow figure right there at the end is extremely creepy, because what it did was it dissipated. You know what I mean? Like, it kind of went away. Who's buzzing? Buddy, that's going to be you buzzing. Guaranteed.
it probably is, yeah.
Rick, when you saw it dissipate, did it remind you of not how a shadow leaves? Like, you know what I'm trying to say? Like, when a shadow walks out of view, it doesn't do that. You know what I mean?
It looked like it was scurrying. It almost looked more solid than a regular shadow. You know, if that makes any sense.
Yeah, the only thing you did weird, right? It did that Bigfoot look back. You know what I mean? You know, it did shuffle. Like, that's the only thing that was a little weird. Like, when it did that, because it was like, what's it looking at you guys filming it? Like, was that what that was? Was that an acknowledgement of the fact that you guys were filming it when it turned to look back? What's it looking back for then? What do you think, Harry? I keep wanting to call him Jeff. You know, I'm so stuck on that. Sorry, Harry. I'm going to keep saying your name until it goes in my head. By the way, Rick works for Block Island Ghost Tours on Block Island. Now, Harry, I haven't said that right.
Oh, yeah. No, not once.
I keep saying Ghost Island Block Tours. Sorry.
You really said
a little like that. Harry, I'm going to stick with this. All right. So, Harry, did you think when it looked back that it was acknowledging the fact that you guys were filming it?
I don't know. I really can't. To me, it might be something maybe residual, if that makes sense, but I don't know why it's a black shadow.
Yep. All right. Let's flip to this. Here's what I noticed. Ever notice how after a couple of hours of investigating, everybody turns into dudes? And let me explain that. In other words, like a couple hours in, like literally, I'll be saying just what you guys are saying to each other, but like the buddy will be like, "Dude, did you just hear that? That's a knock." Oh, shoot. Like the guys you were with, as it went on, they got more dude. More dude came out of them. Rick, you know what I'm saying? Like, they're like, "Oh, wow, I got Rick excited."
Yeah.
Buddy,
Dude.
try not to get too excited. What did you think? What did you think?
About the saddle, I thought it was fantastic.
No, not that. All right, Harry, you understand what I'm talking about the dude thing? How like it goes on. It's not like you're more open to hearing stuff, but it seems like that you end up being like that, right? Like in other words, if I hear something, or buddy hears something, it starts like this excitement, right? And then it's like a bubbling. And then if you hear something else, you start going like, dude. You follow me on that? All right, Harry's with me. Guys, take a note from Harry, will you please? He's with me on this, and he does great production value. Buddy, I haven't seen... Yeah, there you go, Rick. I haven't seen a loon all night. Not one loon. We got another video we're going to go to next, which is... Buddy, which one do you want me to show next?
Part 5 of the Hawkmock Swamp, I believe, was the one.
Is that the one that's 18 minutes?
I don't know, Mike.
Well, no, I'm just going to have... Wait, hold on.
Part 5, Mike. Hawkmock Swamp.
But you going to just keep saying Part 5 Hawkmock Swamp?
Part 5 Hawkmock Swamp.
Hawkmock.
All right, hold on. And it's this, right? This it? Harry, am I right?
That's not it, no.
That's not it. Nah, dude, it doesn't say Part 5. Come on, kid.
Wow, that's Hansel and Gretel's house.
Where the hell am I supposed to say Part 5?
Yeah, it's...
Where's Part 5?
It's right there. It's right there. It's right there. Wait, it's right there. It's right there. Above the GR thing.
Yeah.
Like that. Yeah, there you go, Mike. There you go. Part 5, kid.
Hey, I got it, guy. Look at me.
Look at you, dude.
Is also known to the resident.
Wait a minute. How do you want me to start this? Harry.
It's at, I think, around 1 minute. It's right at the beginning when we were going into the swamp.
All right.
So just open the whole thing.
Go into the swamp. You know what? Hold on. Oh, don't touch those. That wasn't me. Very well edited. Very well edited.
So I'm hearing bullfrogs.
Yes, you are.
From the swamp. A little distracting. Oh, you smell that?
Yeah,
It's got like a musty smell.
yeah.
Whatever it is, it's like it smells fucking awful.
Okay.
So there's a path there.
Yep.
And the main path is here.
Which one should we take? Ooh, the main one.
This thing is fluctuating like crazy. Well, it was.
Now, what's that picking up, Harry?
It was because in that certain area, it was the temperature was dropping, but as we were walking away, it was increasing. We couldn't figure out why, so we reviewed the footage.
Yeah, right here on the spot.
Okay, temperature gauge.
The thermal camera wasn't reading any cold spots.
Gotta love thermal cameras. Looks like Buddy in the bedroom. 5.
Yeah, now we're at 74.4. Oh yeah. It just hit 73. There it goes. It's going down fast.
Whatever it is, we're getting closer to it.
All right. What? First of all, what time of night is this?
That was midnight last summer.
And who are you with?
I was with Paul.
All right. I want to make sure I write down the names of who I'm hearing. All right. Let me get back to it.
I could have sworn I just heard someone or something walking on these leaves as I started walking. Oh, it's a frog. Yeah, there he is.
Oh yeah, it is a frog.
Yep. Hey, little buddy.
I get those around my yard. You pick them up, they piss in your hand. Did you know that?
Mm-hmm. So we're hearing something coming from down that path.
Kind of fun. You know that sort of thing, Rick?
So that's strange. As we started walking away, the temperature went back up. But down there, it's cooler.
Yeah, it's wet.
All right, are you walking uphill, downhill, closer to the water?
The water was on towards our right, so we were going north of the Hockenwalk.
It's the same.
I don't think maybe the water would change the temperature. Or the breeze off the water. There doesn't seem to be much of a breeze.
No.
Although it doesn't look very warm.
So we're deeper and deeper into the Hockenwalk. And there is another pond in here. It's called Nunkit's Pond. Yeah, something like that.
Numbnuts Pond?
It's a hidden little something like that. In these woods. I'm actually looking on my GPS right now. Nunkit's Pond.
Nunkits.
For some reason, right in this spot is where I'm getting the feeling that eyes are on me. I don't know why.
Never found that for about 50 feet.
Beautiful foliage.
Right.
Write that down, Rick.
Foliage, beautiful.
Someone had a fire.
All right.
Actually, you know what's weird? A lot of people say that they see these mysterious phantom fires coming from the other side of the lake. I wonder if it's people having an actual campfire.
It could be.
It very well could be.
Yep. Kids do crazy things.
Yeah, that's a big myth that's in Bridgewater, that people see these phantom fires hovering on top of the water.
When it's just kids across.
Yeah, the camera isn't really picking up on the lake, but it's beautiful, guys. It's very soft.
Yeah, I would not walk in that crap.
Right.
We're actually lighting a fire just to keep the mosquitoes away, and we're gonna use the REM pod over here. Is there anyone here among us?
Nice.
Can you step in front of that device? Anyone at all?
You know what? Hold up. First off, the cojones to stand out in the woods past midnight with a little fire going, right? And you're calling into the woods for something to step out in front of you.
In the Hogmark Swamp of all places.
Harry, I'm from New England as well. However, I'm from a very new Italian area. Guys drink. I'm afraid of anything coming out of the woods. And I'm not even talking about it might be like a creature. It might be a ghost. It might be just two goons trying to like lift me up and shake out all my coins. You know what I'm trying to say? Like, I would be terrified to stand in the woods and just announce to anything that it can come out of the woods. Am I the only one that thinks like that? Rick, would you do this?
Yeah. Well, Harry, what's the history of the area that you're in?
That's Lake Nipponicket, also known as Lake Nip in Bridgewater.
Yes.
The beach has been closed since the 90s. People mysteriously drowned in that water, and it's only 3 feet deep.
Gotcha.
And it is in the heart of the Hockomock Swamp.
Gotcha.
How do they die? I mean, wait, how do they drown?
No one knows. It's a big mystery.
There's been is that where there's been satanic worships, or is that the Freetown Forest?
That's the Freetown Forest. There is I do have a belief that there may be quicksand at the bottom of that water. Mm-hmm. So you might get sucked in, and if you're over your head, you might panic and drown.
True.
Could be duck poop. They had to close down the Naughty Park one where I live because of duck poop. It was making people sick. I'm not even kidding. It was making them sick while I was swimming. So it was making them cough and gag up. Being dead serious, it was duck poop, not loons. Duck poop.
Duck poop. Hockomock. I know it. As far as history goes, I know it dates back to the what is it? The Wampanoag Indians. Hockomock is a place where spirits dwell.
Yep.
Yeah, that's an awesome. That's an awesome clue for us modern investigators that it might have always been a place where spirits were.
Yeah, they say it might just date back 10,000 years. We don't really know.
And the Native Americans gave it that name?
Yeah.
Yeah, the Algonquin tribe gave it the name.
Very cool.
Yeah. Native Americans. Here we go.
My friend that's holding this loud device, his name is Paul. It's not going to hurt you. You don't have to be afraid. We just want to ask you some questions, and we'll be able to hear you.
Even though it
Can you
sounds
start off by telling us your name? Were you one of the colonial soldiers? Or were you from the Wampanoag tribe? We're having a nice fire. Will you come and join us? Maybe you could tell us your name?
How many others are out here with us tonight?
Are we in any kind of danger?
That's that first.
Can you tell me if this land is cursed? Are you a man or a female?
Was this land made for you and me?
I'm sorry if you passed away from King Philip's War. If you see a white light, you should step into it. The war is over.
Is Chief Metacomet out here with us tonight?
Can we speak to the chief? We ain't getting nothing on that spirit box.
No. But that's about it.
All right,
Oh,
fire is
fire's
dwindling.
out, and
So
we
far, we've
may
cut
have just
nothing.
added to this urban legend.
I enjoy
especially if
this.
Someone's on the other side of the lake and they see this fire.
Yeah. Let's hit the other trail and see how far around the lake it takes us.
All right. Sounds like a good idea.
Yeah, what the heck?
So out tonight with us, we have 2 EVP recorders. We're gonna leave one down. We're gonna go explore this whole trail. We'll come back and we'll retrieve the recorder. So Paul, you want to stick to the trail, or do you want to go exploring in the?
Oh, Paul wants to explore.
Explore.
Of course he does.
So we're gonna see how far in we can go.
This is just dangerous period.
Right.
No, it is.
It's actually wide open in here too.
Yeah, there could be coyotes out there. There could be fisher cats. Meow.
They
It could
surround
be,
the coyotes. So it's all around
There
you.
could be like the Jabberwocky UFOs.
The,
Sasquatch, dare I say?
the lady made of trash from Fraggle
A
Rock.
little bit tight
Right, right.
as we keep going in.
You just cut that, huh?
That was a good one, Mike.
Yeah, we're probably close to that little pond too. That's probably why the ground's getting soft. Yeah. Let me look on my GPS.
Oh, look at these webs, dude.
That is dope. See, that's
According
stuff I
to
would
the
look at.
GPS, if we went
Right.
straight that way,
I will say though, that this is balls like going out there at this time of night. Oh,
half a mile.
Poison Ivy heaven.
So we're just gonna stand here in complete silence. See what we can capture on the digital recorder.
North. Are you guys hearing the buzz? Is that what it is?
The buzz?
no, Mike.
What is it that you're hearing?
I think it sounded like someone was walking up towards us, but
Weeds.
you're There's free to nothing. have any conversation you want with us. We'll be able to go back later and hear it. But we come in peace. We want you to know that.
I wouldn't even touch that. Look at
Mm.
that. I can get a rash in a heartbeat.
Mike does not belong in the outdoors.
Yeah,
No, I get poison ivy really bad. You have no
I
idea.
believe it.
the urban investigator.
A lot of ticks.
That's right.
Well, the Bridgewater Triangle, don't
Maybe
they have a
just
devil
ran
dog
away.
or something like that?
Yeah, in Edmonton.
And then there's another one. What was the Pudgawudgies?
Yep. In Freetown.
I'm probably saying it completely wrong, but we had a few guests on the other show that talked about them.
Yeah, we had
Falzano.
the guy on who coined the term Pudgewudgie.
Pudgawudgie. Chris Falzano. Yeah,
Yeah,
he's from up that way.
yeah, he was like
I
Pudgewudgie.
live in Florida.
Like that, I don't know what the hell that
Just
meant.
like a dog.
Now what, Jeff? What are we looking for right here so that we can shut up when he comes? Because I know we're going to talk over it.
Jeff.
I keep calling him Jeff. You know
His
what,
name's not Jeff,
You mean
dude.
Harry?
Harry? I can't do it.
So since we're out in the middle of the Hockomock Swamp,
We were just tree knocking right here.
This is like a Sasquatch thing, right?
Yeah. Just giving it a try.
As well.
That's what
okay,
why.
so we are officially lost in the Hockomock. Literally, yeah. Well, we came this way because the brush is knocked down right here, but there's no fucking way out.
So it looked like it.
No. Maybe we came around this way.
What, do you think they put like a tent or some shit
But
like
why
that
is the
down on it?
brush knocked down right there? As if we walked this way.
It might not have been.
According to my GPS, yeah, it's straight. And then we have to go this way.
Is that an almost trip?
Oh yeah, we were here. I remember this log. Yeah. So we are back out on the main trail.
Boy, would that be a nightmare not knowing where you were, though.
Mm-hmm. It's a big
So
area.
if I remember correctly, I left the EVP recorder up ahead over here. Right here. Right here, actually.
Actually,
Wow.
we were out there
25
for
minutes.
48
We're in
minutes
there.
in the woods.
Wow.
You gotta really like.
So according to my GPS, we are
Paul.
northwest of Lake Nipponicket.
Buddy would never stay out there
It's
that long.
getting cooler over here too.
Mike, come
Not
on,
that
man.
much change in temperature.
I go out there for
75
days.
is the lowest.
I would come in then.
So we got a trail that goes this
Days.
way or this way. Pick your poison.
Uh-oh. Wait a minute. Oh,
That
stop.
trail probably takes us to the lake.
Oh, I wanted to try to guess what he said again this time, but we already know.
Yep. And this one takes us to Nunket's Pond, the small pond. So I guess we'll go this way. So we're getting closer to that little pond because I hear the bullfrogs. Now, I don't see how Paul gets stuck in thorns.
Oh, I'm the only one that gets
When
stuck.
I hover right over him.
Paul gets stuck in thorns.
So we came to a dead end. That's way too many thorns over there, even for me.
So, as kids, we called them pricklies.
Mm-hmm.
Prickers. If you've ever run through a prickly bush anywhere not on the East Coast in the New England area, ooh, you don't know the joy and fun of it. Because there's literally like pricklies everywhere, like all down the branch, down the branch, and they're like spiderweb branch type bushes. When you go to them, it's like if you ever run through the woods as a kid and you heard like your shirt rip or like your face something ripped, like I've had that happen with the prickly bushes. I know they're not paranormal, but Rick, have you ever had an experience with a prickly bush?
Yeah, I grew up with the prickly bushes all around.
Mm-hmm.
One time when I was in California, I bit out what I thought was one cactus quill, and it was actually about 30 little microfilaments that made up that one quill, all in my mouth.
Ooh.
Yeah.
30 of them all in your mouth?
Yeah, no, I bit out 3, and there was like 30 of them. It was really like 30 little microfilaments. I was pulling them out of my tongue for days.
Oh, geez.
That's not a smart idea. Harry, so first off, I realize why I keep saying Jeff Green, because I have Jeff Green stuck in my head because of the Denver Nuggets, Jeff Green, who was on my fantasy team. I now made that adjustment. I will no longer be saying that. So, Harry, does that sound like a smart move by Rick to just eat a cactus like that?
No. But
No.
when I was drunk last year, I fell into a thorn bush. So,
Did you?
yep.
Harry, in my defense, there was some hallucinogenics involved and mountain climbing at night. So,
Well, all right. I'm going to tell you my one wood story really quick. So we decided to go play paintball, and we ended up at this paintball place that was like located in the woods. And it was me and like, I don't know, 5, 6 friends. So we're there, and we're like, we played against each other or whatnot. And then the guy that ran the place comes up, he goes, "Hey, you guys want to go against another team in the woods?" And we're like, "Yeah, all right." He's like, "All right." He goes, all right, I'm going to let the Hispanic team go first. I said, what do you, oh, stop. I said, did you say Hispanic team? He goes, yeah. I go, all right. He goes, they don't speak English. I'm like, what? He goes, yeah, they don't speak any English. So now, that doesn't bother me, of course, because I don't really speak English. What bothered me, however, I'm in the woods, right? I got lost. And all I can hear is gunshots and some of my teammates screaming out. And I just hear Spanish communication going on through the woods like this. I mean, I've never been in a war, but that was terrifying alone. I'm lost. Even if I meet these guys, they're not going to understand me. They're going to shoot me in the face. I can't win. So I don't do paintball anymore. Now, when we go down this path, explain to me what you're looking for. What are you looking for in this wood? Ghosts?
We were trying to find. Well, actually, I have an interesting story behind all this. But we were trying to find like the Bigfoot, legendary Bigfoot.
All right. Yep.
But the story behind basically why we explore the Hockomock, or why I do, stems from when I was 14 years old. I actually personally saw what could have been a Thunderbird at the time. I was behind the old Brockton High, actually with a friend of mine, and about 3 stories up, there was this big, enormous bird. The wingspan was probably like the size of a 1978 Lincoln Town car, and it had like a suede, like old worn-out suede texture, and it flew going south towards the Hockomock Swamp.
No kidding.
How old were you?
I was 14.
Were you high?
No.
You get asked that. That's the first thing you get asked. Come on. You know what I mean? So wait a minute. You're at school.
It was summer, actually. We were behind the old quad trails behind the Brockton High.
Causing trouble? Just causing trouble, hanging out?
Yeah, pretty much.
All right. And then all of a sudden, you see this IROC, Thunderbird, fly over your head.
My friend, he runs, he hides in the bushes. I look up and I froze, and like I just remember the shrubs were blowing like crazy. The wind was picking up like crazy.
So now, does the friend remember this exactly like you
do? When I hit him up 2 years ago, he said he briefly remembers it, but he doesn't like to talk about it.
He doesn't like to talk about it.
Yeah, no, that's my UFO story. I can name 4 people that were there with me. I told you one of them is a police sergeant, and he doesn't like to talk about it. We never talked about it. It was one of those things we never talked about. So it's weird in really extreme moments. It's like people are gonna think I'm batshit crazy if I bring this up. Some of us choose to forget, right, Harry? Like you obviously didn't. You made a career out of it. You saw this Thunderbird go over your head. You're like, I'm gonna go into the woods someday at midnight with Paul. Let's get back to the. Wait, you had more to say. I'm sorry.
No, it's just after that. Like I was talking to a friend of mine, like when I was probably like 25, and she was telling me about the Bridgewater Triangle. Now I never even heard of it, and she was telling me about Bigfoots, and I'm thinking, oh, she's batshit crazy. And until she mentioned the Thunderbird, this big giant bird, and I was like, well, wait a minute, that's kind of resembles what I saw when I was younger. So ever since then, I just, boots to the ground, been investigating it.
So this triangle thing came up early on during us doing the show, and then it came on like a year in again, right? It seemed like the triangle itself seems to shift, right, buddy? Where they claim the location of it is, it slightly
it's
shifts.
Pretty exact, Mike. It's pretty well mapped out. It starts. They go from like Dayton to like.
It's never increased land.
I've noticed that it's bigger than what Lauren Coleman mapped out, but he just mapped out like Abington, Rehoboth, Freetown.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, buddy, it's bigger than when they thought it was, because I thought, come on, Lizzie Borden House.
Yeah.
Now, isn't that borderline on the Bridgewater Triangle? And they consider that kind of in the triangle, but it's not.
They don't consider that to be in the triangle, but I think the triangle is bigger. I think it goes all the way from Salem to Rhode Island, all the way to the Cape.
Yep. Yes, the Rhode Island had the vampires way back. That's what the law is.
That's a superstition. Rhode Island has a lot of,
Hey, all right.
like serious
By the way,
paranormal activity, though.
By the way,
Mercy Brown.
the fact right now that you're on a paranormal show and you're saying that vampires are, oh my God, vampire. I didn't say Count Chocula. I said vampires. You were like,
I
there's
don't
no such thing as vampires. We're talking about ghosts.
Ignorant farmers from New England, dude. That's all that was. That wasn't. I don't think that was anything supernatural to that at all, other than people were not educated at the time.
Well, yeah, tuberculosis they believed was the cause for a lot of that stuff. But I will tell you, I never believed in vampires, and the whole Ghost Tours company went out to New Orleans last winter, and they have some stories there that make you really wonder if there's something behind it.
Oh, for sure, yeah.
I mean, I did it again. Me, Harry. Am I wrong in saying that for him to say that vampires are completely ridiculous, but then he's on to ghosts in the same breath is a little strange?
You know,
more normal person like me.
I'm kind of a little wary on that too. It's just like the whole Rhode Island thing with the zombies a while back.
I might have been one of those zombies because I don't know what you speak of.
There was people eating bath salts. So they were getting all messed up.
Yeah. All right, bath salts. That's all you had to say. Yeah. They're doing that with probably had fentanyl laced on it. You know, imagine that bath salts with fentanyl. Next thing you know,
Breakfast of Champions.
Do you ever see the zombie woman in Seattle?
No.
You guys ever seen that? Look up zombie woman in Seattle. I might actually pull it up. There's this woman that all of a sudden in the middle of the day, she's got like hair ripped out of her head. It's kind of painted like a little bit whitish and there's like black around the eyes, and she's holding like a bloody baby. One shoe on, one shoe off, and she's limping and she's all cut and she's just screaming. And it took like 4 police officers to get her down. I'm like, what the is this? All right. So you were looking for Bigfoot, which is again. So you're standing there with the thing that I don't want to say it's little box there, and you're going, pretty much, hey, Bigfoot, come on out.
Well, we were also trying to, make contact with whoever might have passed away in King Philip's War out there as well.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Hey, buddy, you and this guy should have a beer.
Right?
The history that would come out of your mouths, holy Christ.
Yeah,
I could do karaoke with Rick and let you guys just catch up because you guys probably know the whole history of the place, be able to map it out.
Yeah, probably.
So, all right. No, last question, Harry, before I go back to the tape. If you saw Bigfoot, what would you do?
I wasn't prepared. I'd probably just karate chop him and run.
Karate chop him.
Yep.
I like it.
All right, see? All right, no, wait. You see him from 20 feet away. He's not looking at you. What do you do?
I'd make sure I have the camera on him.
But do you just stand there?
I'd stand there, film him, and then I'd run.
All right. Rick, what would you do?
Run.
Buddy, you know what I would do. What would you do?
I would crack a beer and approach the man and say, hey, dude, let's have a beer, dude.
Yeah. See, I wouldn't do that. But
dude.
I always said, Harry, like, I don't want to, I'd rather not die in an old folks' home. I'd rather not die hooked up to a ventilator. If I'm going to go out, I would love my obituary to say that I got beat to death by Sasquatch. Like, seriously, that's a guy's way to go out, right? Because you figure if that thing is ever really real, and Daniel Benoit hosts a Bigfoot show tomorrow night on this site at 9:05. He has all kinds of Bigfoot stuff, and we went to one of their Bigfoot cons, and there's so many different versions of how Bigfoot exists, whether he's real, he's through the universe, he lives in the ground, all these different versions of Bigfoot. And what always weirded us out was every one of them always said stuff like, oh, yeah, I saw him, and then I ran away. And it's like, what? You went out in the woods for like 3 days, and you saw him? You didn't pull your cameras out? No, I was too scared. We just ran. I can't get over that part of the whole Bigfoot hunt. Like, you know what I mean? Like, why would you run? You would at least, like you said, stop filming. You're there. I mean, if you're going to get killed, hey, you already made that decision. You're there with the camera. You might as well film. He's going to catch you either way. How fast do you think you can run, Harry? You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I mean? None of us here are Give me a track runner. Carl Lewis. See, buddy, you're looking up notes with your bottom lip out, acting all pouty and sexy, and I'm trying to talk facts here. HR on Tuesday at 11:30. Knock it off.
11:30. Yeah, I'll be at work, but whatever. I'll make it somehow.
I'm sorry. I'm gonna go to. Tell me where I should stop because I'm moving it.
If you go more towards the end, like during my ferry, you'll be able to see this bluish face in the woods better.
All right. Yeah. Well, I love the hat.
In the trees that have been reported. It was small, but it wasn't a light bug because it was the size of a golf ball. And what's strange is a week prior to that, Seneca was out there investigating and saw the same thing.
This is a good spot.
You're not allowed to enter our bodies.
Might be, yeah.
Follow us home, Paul. I could have sworn I just saw a light come from over there. It came from over there.
And it wasn't a light bug.
It was high in the trees, though.
And right after that, Paul said he heard voices coming from the path beyond the trees where I saw the strange light.
Did you hear that?
No.
Sound like voices over here.
Voices?
Coming from that path, but leading back out.
Then further down the path, I also heard someone talk. It sounded like someone saying, yeah.
Did you hear that? That was a voice. So it sounded like someone saying, yeah, as I was making a speech.
So, we came to the conclusion that the land isn't cursed. It's more of a vortex, releasing all these anomalies due to all the blood spill that got soaked up after King Philip's War. And well, if this wampum belt is ever returned, it may release a positive energy, closing this vortex.
So it might have been just like a minute back.
So, for the record, your wrap up, right?
What is it?
You just went your wrap up. You basically just what did I just do? I don't even know what's going on. You basically just like gave such an intelligent wrap up that I'm like shocked at how like you expect like someone like me to follow you. But you just went. We didn't think the land was haunted. What we thought was there was bloodshed from blah, blah, blah. And I was like, oh no, I couldn't keep up with you with notes. So what you're saying is you don't think the place is haunted. As far
I
as
don't
the
know.
land, but
We
you think
don't
it's more from the wars and that kind of energy.
They say that the land is cursed, so we don't believe that the land is cursed. We believe it's a vortex releasing the Thunderbirds, these Bigfoots, these cryptid demonic dogs. We think it's kind of like it's from like basically all the blood spill. It like soaked up and like absorbed all that negative energy.
Yeah, I can see that. Again, I've always said where there's a lot of that stuff happens, you know, the whole nature area would be affected, you would think, right? It would just affect that. Rick, as I pull this back, just a couple seconds. Wait a minute. Wait.
We did capture, though, in the trees, a blue-looking face that looked like the head from the Wizard of Oz.
Mm-hmm.
And it evaporated into like a bluish like mist.
Tell me when.
A little bit back more.
Back?
Yeah.
Stone. There's you. There's you. Oop.
Right there. Yeah.
Come on now. Come on now. Go on now, get. I had a boss used to do that when he would get rid of people and wanted them to leave his desk. He'd go, go on now, get. And as you were walking away, he'd go, come on now, get. It was the funniest thing. This is killing me though. Buddy, what is going on? What did you hook up? Did you hook up my
I don't
internet
know,
today?
Mike, this is you, not me, dude.
It's not. It's just not. It's spinning. All right. You know what? I'm gonna cut that out. Let's discuss this. So we will go back. I'll go back. I can watch it myself. And now the channel again is what's the name again of the channel, Harry? It's
the Bridgewater Triangle Paranormal Investigators.
Triangle Paranormal BTPI. Okay. How long you guys been doing it?
We've been doing the YouTube since 2 years now. That's when we got all the equipment. But we used to just go out there for fun sometimes, like for the past maybe 10 years.
How big is the group?
We have 4 people.
4 people. All right. And they all been there from the start?
Yeah.
Rick, what do you give about questions about that group?
Well, I'm just fascinated about the Bridgewater Triangle. I mean, it seems like I'm hearing it more and more, and people going out and finding some really cool stuff. So, yeah, I'd like to get out there, get us out there a little bit.
The only thing about it is that it has negative connotations. Like, it's not known, or at least I don't know it as like a fun paranormal place to go. It sounds like everybody has a hard time or a problem or something crazy happens. Like, that's my only issue with this place. It's like, it's literally like what he was just doing. It's like walking into a forest, putting down something that beeps and going, hey, come on out. Because things come out sometimes,
We have noticed, though, in the past couple of years, since probably last maybe 30, things have calmed down. You got to figure they're building in the Hockomock. They're building homes. So you have more positive energy now that's kind of like sandwiching over the negative energy. It seems that things are dying down.
You build houses, you're going to scare away some stuff, I would think. Anger some, scare away most. Buddy, what your thoughts on building on the, I'm not going to pronounce that word.
Hockomock Swamp.
There it is.
I think they should keep it the way it is. It's a beautiful nature to preserve. There's lots of animals. There's some good trails going through there, from what I understand. I don't know how well they're marked and whatnot, but I heard it's pretty well navigatable.
Yeah.
If you will. And it's just like a great place to enjoy nature and be out in the middle of nowhere and be like 10 minutes from home. So
don't go swimming though.
No.
So wait a minute now. Let me ask that. Let me do that follow up. So they no longer allow swimming. Now, if I'm one of those people that's like, I want to go look it up and see how many people actually died. What do you think I'll find? Like, say within like the last 10 years, what would be the number if you had a guess of people that drowned? Because that'll make it different. And I would say that if you had 5 in 10 years, I'd close it down. That'd be my number.
I don't actually. It's been closed since the 90s. I've heard that it was several people.
So you know what? Yeah. Then me and Rick will just look through our notes back when we were really old, because we got those written down too. Right, Rick? You got those, the old notes?
Oh, the old notes, of course.
We'll see what we saw. But
no, heyday, the 90s.
But seriously, so yeah, I agree that triangle should be bigger, because it doesn't make sense that it stops where they say it stops, and yet there's all this other stuff that's happening like over the fence. You know what I mean? It's like it's happening next door, but you're not going to call that the neighborhood. Like, why not pull it all in, right? So Harry, you've noticed that too, right? Like, because when you step out of the triangle, you're technically still in an area where shit can happen.
Yeah. Yeah, you got the Peter Oliver house, Lizzie Borden house.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yep, we had Deb Vickers and Sue Vickery, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And Deb Vickers, yeah.
At Deb Vickers, yeah, Sue Vickery. They're from the Lizzie Borden house. That was that whole Lizzie Borden thing, man. I'm gonna go on the record, and I know this is taboo, but I'm gonna say she's a real jerk.
Right.
Yeah, I thought she was a real jerk. That's the word I'm going to use. I know that, buddy. I apologize for this harsh language.
No, it's all right, Mike.
All right, thank you. No, she did do that on purpose. Like, she and the maid did it with the stick. Her neighbor wasn't around. Whack, whack, whack. Got a brand new house. That house has her energy in it. The new house, like, her energy is apparently not at the Lizzie Borden house itself. It's at that. What's the new house called?
Maple Crest.
Croft.
Do you think that Lizzie and the maid had a little something going on, maybe?
Yes. And the sister was in on it, but it wasn't 100% in on it. Because here's the thing that happened, freaked me out. Because I immediately heard this, and because of who I am, I was like, this is a setup. So the sister only stayed with Lizzie for a year and then never saw her again.
Right.
That's part one. Part two, the maid disappears and ends up buying property, land in another country. You know how hard it is to buy land? Rick, you know this. You don't just show up in another country and like, I'm going to buy land. I was a maid. Unless you help whack, whack, whack. Money comes in.
41.
Right? So that's what I think. Like, if you really listen to that whole Lizzie Borden thing, I think it's just a setup. But nobody.
Honestly, I think her and the maid had something going on, and the mother caught them and threatened to tell.
We could act that out if you want. we'll do like our version of all the historic Bridgewater Triangle and New England events. I can wear a wig. Wear a wig. Whatever you want to do. Whatever you want to do. Rick, you're in. So now, Jeff, I did it again. Fuck me, Harry. I can't. I'm. It's killing me. It's killing me. Harry. So, what part of New England have you investigated the most, other than exactly in the Triangle?
Massachusetts.
Okay. Whereabouts?
The Bridgewater Triangle area, a lot in Cape Cod and Winchendon.
All right, buddy. In those areas, what was your favorite spot? Because I know you finish the cooking.
Agawam Rock. It's in the Triangle. It's the spot where they captured not Metacomic, because he was
Chief
captured
Agawam
in Bristol. There was a
You just said it.
war thing there, and there's a lot of energy up that way.
Yep.
So now, Rick, you've never been, right?
Nope.
All right. So maybe me and you should just head on down to the Triangle, see what's cracking, right?
Right, not.
Bring our
There's
recorder.
there's that hitchhiker too, right? There's that like redheaded hitchhiker on 44 in Rehoboth or some like crazy shit. There's a lot of weird
I have a
cool
crazy
variations
story
of
behind that.
like activity that run through the Triangle.
Go ahead, Harry.
I didn't believe in it. I thought it was bullshit.
The
And
redheaded hitchhiker.
we actually started driving down Route 44 looking for this guy, and actually the cops pulled us over. They started laughing at us, but we did pick up on the spirit box somebody saying you're out of your seatbelt, and the only people that would know about that are the passengers in my car. And right before my buddy handed me the spirit box, you could hear like the seatbelt alarm chiming, because I was driving one of them 2006 Grand Marquis, and none of us were wearing our seatbelts.
Wow.
And they do say you can hear a laugh, and we heard like a hysterical laugh over it.
Did he say anything? Anything gingerishly? Like
No, it was real fast. He goes, "You're out of your seatbelt."
You're out of your seatbelt.
That's yeah. So see the things like that. So that what we always talk about is worldwide proof, evidence, whatever you want to call it, is like no big deal. It's actually now become where you watch it and you tune it out. But when you hear someone's personal story, you get to hear the details, the information of what they thought, what they saw. It makes it easier, right? For me to digest at least, because it's like you're telling me personally what you heard, right? So I'm going by your word of what you heard. So it's how it works out. So, all right, other than the Firebird, what else have you seen? Like, if you had a short clip it, like, have you seen UFOs? Have you seen, like, no UFOs? Bigfoot?
Oh, no.
Any ghosts?
Yeah.
Ghosts. Apparitions. Any...
Seen one in real life at the Hanson Tuberculosis Hospital that's no longer there. It was more like a white translucent like apparition. It was like kind of hunched over, floating towards the main entrance.
Awesome. Well, what was it? Just you?
It was me and two other buddies of mine. This was back probably like when I was 25.
That must did that shake you up now? Did that make you want to go do it more?
No.
See, I don't get that. I don't understand that. Like, I really don't get that. I don't understand how that would make you want to go do it more. I guess that's why Rick, when it comes to like ghost hunting, I don't want to get too close. You know what I'm trying to say? Like, I don't know. I always worry about that. But all right. Other than that, any cryptids?
Besides for the Thunderbird, no.
No. All right, that's not that bad. See, the reason I asked that is, one, I appreciate that you showed footage of you guys not finding things and then finding something, as opposed to some people show footage of, oh, I ran into Bigfoot. There's a ghost. Oh my God, it's a witch. We blew up. We died, but we're here. But like you know what I'm trying to say? Like that video is just like, what, really? But like we've always been buddies. Always said this too. Watching the minutia of the hours go by of you guys actually walking and doing the whole thing makes it make more sense when you see stuff. It makes it, I don't know, puts you more in the spot, right? Rick, you know what I'm saying? Like, if it was all greatest hits nonstop, when you ever see that thing, you always get like suspect, right? You kind of want to see a little bit of, am I making sense to you?
Oh, absolutely. And God bless the people who have seen the witch, the alien, the Bigfoot.
Like the village people all at once.
Yeah. So, God bless them and all. But it's neat to, I'd be okay with just seeing a few select things,
That's what I'm trying to say. And then to ask somebody, I always ask because some people will say what they've seen, and then some people have seen everything. Everything. Buddy will make up fake names of stuff, and they've seen it. That's a fact. So that's where it gets a little weird. All right. Harry. Did that right again?
Yep.
Anything you'd like to say before we wrap this up as far as your channel? Any websites you'd like to plug? Anything like
the YouTube channel, we just made a documentary actually last year that explains the whole Bridgewater Triangle.
Yep.
Awesome.
And again, it is the Bridgewater Triangle Paranormal Investigators.
Yep.
Rick, Block Island, talk to me. What's going on? What do you want to say before you wrap up?
Harry, thanks for coming on. It was a lot of fun meeting you. If you ever want to hop a boat and come out to Block Island, we're spectacularly haunted. I'll show you around. It's a great time. Block Island, happy St. Patty's Day tomorrow. For all you leprechauns out there drinking the green beer. If you're on the island, come out to Soda, visit me. We got some music going on. As far as ghost stuff, we're still building the escape room. We just lined up Matt Warner for the third weekend in July. Coming up for the weekend. He's a Bridgewater guy, too.
We also...
Bridgewater Triangle guy.
Rick, June, we also will be having Tim Weisberg come out. Tim is fantastic. Tim is fantastic. So what we
South Coast.
Yep. Go ahead, Rick. Continue. I'm sorry.
I can't wait. Just this time of year out here, it's still like The Shining on the streets, but the ball's starting to roll now. So yeah. BlockIslandGhostTours.com. Check it out. We're live booking. I think we're running a thing where if you book some tours now, you get a free shirt or something like that.
There you go.
Yeah.
Why not? So, Harry, have you been to Block Island?
No.
All right.
Oh, you haven't lived there.
I've never been my whole life, right? Lived in Rhode Island my whole life, just never went. And then I finally did go. And now here's what I think of it, right? I haven't been in the summer yet, but I've been there in the winter. It's cold when you walk into the wind. The second time I was there, I walked into the wind by myself. Buddy, you didn't know about this. I went down. I had a date with Rick. I don't think I need to tell you about that. We can do whatever we want. Me and you are not exclusive.
Right. Your beard was all like kind of, whatever.
What I'm trying to say is there's a lot of weird stuff that's happened there, that goes on there, battles that have happened around that island, on that island, like things that have been done to people on that island. Like there's so many stories. There's the serial killer of that area. There was the cross-dressing serial killer that lived there. There's like all this stuff. And man, it has that weird, no offense, Rick, weird type of feeling of all the people in the town and what it looks like. It looks like they want you to get really comfortable so you can fall asleep and they can cut your throat. No offense. That's the vibe you get, right?
That's happened once or twice throughout history, Yeah. We gotta get you out here in the summer. It's a lighter vibe out here in the summer than in the winter. In the winter, I always try to explain it to people. It's like an independent film, where they see the people dragging the house across the ice with the chains. Mm-hmm. But
and the only people there are real fishermen, real divers. I was talking to this one guy. He had all these different stones that he got from the bottom of the ocean.
Yeah,
he's done so much more than me. Look, what am I supposed to tell this guy? Buddy, what do you get to wrap it up with as you're chewing? What is that? Fine cheese?
Yeah, I have a good cracker I'm chomping on now. I want to thank you for joining us tonight and bringing on your clips and your evidence. It's always nice seeing another investigator's work, see what they do, especially in an area that's so known to me. So I got to get myself out the hot mark this spring and go on a nice hike or something. Maybe bring my recorder, maybe bring the dog. I don't know. Tomorrow night, like Mike said, we get the Bigfoot show. Join us Sunday night live at 7:05. Legit Paranormal will be hosting Joe Vitale. He's a paranormal researcher and investigator. Mike, like you, he's also a musician and an award-winning filmmaker. Joe has spent the last 30 years on and off investigating the paranormal across the United States, and he's known for his new, it's a new documentary, The Harrisville Haunting, the true conjuring story. So this guy from
Italian Joe Vitale.
Yeah, he came out from like Michigan and said, "Hey, I know you guys," and he did the Harrisville Haunting, and he thinks he knows.
I watched that last night.
Oh
Great.
yeah, was it good?
Yeah, it was really good.
I'm gonna have to. Where was that? Netflix?
Either Netflix or Prime, one of the two.
All right.
So then tune in Sunday, Rick. Maybe
Yeah, absolutely.
Listen here and guy talk. Last week we had Roland
Comtois.
Yeah, he was a very interesting person. He has something about him that's a little bit different than everybody else in a positive way. But he's just got there's just something there. Harry, I'm sorry I said Jeff all night, but it's no offense to you. It is offense to me. It's something that I do. It's one of those mental tics that I have that if I get stuck on a name wrong, I do it more than once. Forget about it.
You said you were Jeff Green?
Yeah, Jeff Green plays for the Denver Nuggets.
You talking about in Massachusetts?
No. I just kept saying Jeff Green. Jeff Green. Like I kept thinking Jeff Green. Like every time I want to say your name, I keep thinking your last name with it. So instead of just saying Harry, I'm going Jeff because I want to say Jeff Green.
It's the age, Harry. It's the age.
Yeah, dude. You get old. I mean, you're still young. When you get old, really old, like we're 74. Well, Rick's 75. I'm 74. When you get up to be that old, memory goes. It just goes. Rick, how's yours?
Who are you again?
Yeah, my favorite one was. I'll limit this. The joke is the guy. They say to the old guy, Gramps, how's the new memory medication working? He goes, "Oh, it's great. Memory's so much better." He goes, "Yeah, what's it called?" He goes, "Oh, the name of it. What's that beautiful flower that people always draw?" And the guy's like, "Tulip?" He's like, No. You wear it on like your collar. And the guy's like, a carnation? He's like, no. It's red. It smells great. He goes, Rose? He goes, yeah. Hey, Rose, what's the name of the medication I take? I'm sorry. Hey, guys, this was Legit Paranormal Clips for March 16th, 2023. I love that number, buddy. I'm going to tell you about it later. So now for Bridgewater Triangle, Harry Green. For Block Island Ghost Tours, Rick. For Buddy, Money. There it is. Me, Mike Leper King, Mike L. This was a Legit Paranormal Clips brought to you by legitpodcast.com. Check out the website. Every show streams live from legitpodcast.com. Tune in tomorrow for Daniel Benoit and the Bigfoot Experience. I don't think he calls it that, but that's what I'm calling it for now.